Hey everybody, it's Davina here. Hope you're doing well. And it seems like a lot of people are struggling with boundaries right now. So I wanted to talk about boundaries and read a little bit from my book, It's Never Too Late to Be Yourself, Chapter 21, Set Boundaries. Because a lot of the issues that people are dealing with lately have to do with not setting boundaries with themselves and with others to take care of themselves. And I'm going to begin with this quote from the author Melody Beattie, who is a seminal writer in codependence. And she says, the formula is simple. In any given situation, detach and ask, what do I need to do to take care of myself? So this is chapter 21. On the road to living an authentic life and hot pursuit of our dreams, we need to stay focused on our lives. When we start doing for others what they need to do for themselves, we're no longer focused on doing for ourselves what no one else can do for us. Setting boundaries is critical if we want to create our own fulfilling lives. If we waste energy enabling others, we've abandoned our own dreams. It's just like if you're bowling and you take your turn to use your ball and use your turn to help the other person in the lane next to yours knock down their pins. If you do, you're no longer focused on what's happening in the game. You're not playing in your own lane. Many of us have been taught to put the needs of others before our own. In fact, this is the expectation for women in many cultures. We have been taught this by witnessing the selflessness of a parent or having grown up with religious teachings that admonished us not to be selfish, instead advocating selflessness, even martyrdom. Setting limits and boundaries is about focusing on what we need to do to take care of ourselves and not doing for others what they can and should be doing for themselves. It's not that we don't help others. Let me say that again. It's not that we don't help others, but we don't engage in helping that hurts us. Again, it's not that we don't help others, it's that we don't engage in helping that hurts us. That's the definition of codependency. In her book, Codependent No More, recovery expert Melody Beattie writes, we rescue people from their responsibilities, we take care of people's responsibilities for them, and later we get mad at them for what we've done. Then we feel used and sorry for ourselves. That is the pattern, the triangle. She describes a codependent person as one who has let another person's behavior affect him or her and who is obsessed with controlling that person's behavior. How do we keep our eyes on our own lane and not get caught up in the drama of the lives of others? How do we stop controlling or being affected? We set limits. Perhaps you have friends or family members who are constantly in crisis. You can send them loving energy, hold them in your prayers, and set aside some time to support them if you see fit. Don't let yourself get sucked into listening to the same old stories, especially if they aren't willing to get help or to do anything to change their circumstances. If sharing with a friend becomes asymmetrical, one of you needs to schedule a therapy or coaching session. And establishing boundaries is about more than just setting limits. Boundaries are about self-care. When we set limits at work or with friends or family members, we keep ourselves from becoming overwhelmed, overscheduled, overcommitted, and thus, it was overloaded, overscheduled, overcommitted, and thus overwhelmed. I need to get some new glasses. This is important for our physical and mental health and emotional stability. If we're spinning too many plates in the air, it's just a matter of time before they all come crashing down. And maybe you've experienced that before, or maybe you're feeling that right now. Boundaries get us to pay attention to what our limits are and then set them accordingly. We need to say no to requests sometimes. We need to be able to bring up concerns. We need to be able to take care of ourselves when we feel depleted. To truly honor your authentic self, you need to be able to bring up concerns, speak your truth, and do what you're feeling called to do, even if that means disappointing others, changing plans, or putting up your do not disturb sign so you can connect back with yourself. So we are going to put up our do not disturb sign right now, and we're going to engage in some meditation, because meditation is the quickest way to kind of close everything else out and come back to our center. So I'm going to invite you to make yourself comfortable, turn off anything that's going to beep or buzz, and just allow yourself to get in your comfortable meditation position. Move my chair up here. All right. And so just closing your eyelids, closing your eyelids, relaxing your eyes, and turning within. Good. And just letting go of everything that has come before this moment. Bringing your focus and your attention to your breath. Begin breathing in through the nose and gently exhale. Good. And again, boundaries help us feel the limits of ourselves. Boundaries help keep us from being overwhelmed and overcommitted. We need to be able to say no, and we need to be able to choose when we say yes. So just allow yourself to feel right now the boundaries of your body, relaxing your neck, maybe wiggling your fingers and your toes, just becoming aware of your own body, your own being. Continuing to breathe as we go together into the sacred silence. And just notice how good that feels to just go into the sacred silence. So just breathe and to come back to yourself. We're in a time that is so deeply reactionary, in a time where we can really lose ourselves and our sense of knowing because of all the distractions and energies around us. All of the challenges that we're dealing with. So it's really important to be able to turn within and come back to yourself and to calm yourself. We're in the midst of something that is so huge, such a gigantic shift, which means many shifts, or many major shifts, maybe just like a huge shift, and then how that's affecting everything else. So many things are shifting. And to be able to be at peace or to be clear and function during this time, to know how to respond rather than react or to be in denial, we need to keep coming back to ourselves, to the silence, to the sacred, to the higher self, to know how to respond. And I apologize, it's very hot in my office. Southern California has just been a heat wave, so just being with what is. But yes, our ability to respond rather than react is very important right now. And so going into the meditation, going into the quiet is going to center you so that you can be precise in your actions, so that you can know how to respond with the shifting circumstances around you, so that you can listen even more deeply to your intuition. And so that you don't get caught up in fear and chaos and go running off the cliff with the other lemmings. There's so much fear and chaos, and there are real issues that we're dealing with, absolutely. Again, I'm just going to assert that I know that some people think this pandemic is a hoax, and I'm not one of those people. I know that it's real. And again, I know that also we need to do our part to stay healthy and vibrant, which includes getting enough rest, meditating, eating well, taking our vitamins, and keeping our body temple healthy, and keeping our mind and sharp, and doing our spiritual practices. So please keep doing that. Please keep meditating. Please keep reading inspirational material. If you haven't gotten a copy of my book, get a copy of my book. This book is going to help you come back to yourself, to follow your inner compass. And that's what we need right now. We need to follow our inner compass. All right. Peace and blessings, everybody. See you next time.